All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for. Adam Barker and Nick Sorensen will have the front row. Eric McCready and Harry Volschmier have the second row. Max Gunther and Jose Puig on the third row. Mike Dolling and Yannick Gunther on the fourth row. Ronnie Wimberly will not take the grid for race 1. Paul Dolling will start back in 10th. Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel, starting at the tail end this morning. Drivers getting lined up on the front straightaway for their pace laps. If you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. They will do a full pace lap here once everybody takes to the grid, so you have just enough time to run to the snack bar, get some food, get some drink while you're standing in line. Make sure you hit that share button. Looks like Adam Green cheering on Adam Barker this morning. I do expect a few of the BRR folks to be in before long, cheering on Nicole. That's what she said, Kriesel, who dropped in. I guarantee you she's cheering for herself. Good morning, Nicole. Pre-race conversation with Nicole, always entertaining, and I think a few of these guys, despite Nicole's nickname, still have not gotten used to her. Everybody is taken to the grid and they are rolling. Looks like Jose Puig did not take to the grid. Now, of course, Paul Dolling and Mike Dolling starting back 7th and 8th. Right in front of them, Yannick and Max Gunther. That Team Gunther versus Team Dolling rivalry starting last season, but we've only had a few races where at least 2 members of each team are there, and it has been a coin toss as to which team comes out on top from week to week. Just got a note from one of my friends who happens to be at the 24 Hours of Daytona this morning. He's having breakfast and coffee with Team Ferrari this morning. All right, cars coming down. This, as you'll note from the track map, this is going to be a tight race. And again, track temperatures, let's take a quick look. Track temperature has gone up since practice. It is now at 102 degrees. It was right at 100. So the track when it was a little bit cooler during practice and in qualifying. The drivers were talking about lack of grip, the car sliding a lot. Now that it's gone up even a few degrees, is going to make a huge, huge difference here. And wow, I never realized how long the pace laps were here. Here we come through the final chicane. They are getting ready to go racing. Pace car is in. Adam Barker has fired. They're underway. Green flag in the air. Adam rocketed to the start out of that final chicane. Getting down into the first couple of turns. Very easy to overdrive that section of track. Team Gunther still nose to tail. Yannick having already picked up a couple of spots on the start. Paul Doling also from Team Doling picking up a couple of spots on the start. Watching to see if Jose Puig... Oh, we've got a side-by-side battle as McCready trying to make his way forward. But Harry... he wants that position. There's going to be some close battling this morning. Lap times in practice and qualifying were extremely close. There's quite a few passing opportunities here. There's quite a few places you don't want to go side by side. Harry making another move. He's picking up spots. Harry has been on quite a charge lately. Here he comes into the morning, 5th in points despite missing the first and third weeks of the season. Average finish has been second place. Yannick and Max continue marching their way forward, setting sights on McCready right now. Paul Doling seems to be having some connection difficulties. They were noticed during the practice session. Hopefully, oh, we've got smoke from McCready. He just overcooks it. Now he loses the back end. McCready around. He gets rolling again, but went from 4th to 8th in the blink of an eye. Morning, Richie Joplin. How's it going, buddy? I actually, Adam, have not raced a GT3 here yet, so I have not got to play with it. I have raced the GT86 and MX5 here, and I can tell you front brake is extremely beneficial. Yannick Gunther has had a problem. Oh, let's take another look. Did Yannick have help on that one? Oh, it looks like Yannick did. That rivalry is going to continue. Team Doling versus Team Gunther. Oh, Richie, I am so sorry to hear that. Shoot me a message after the broadcast. Let me see if there's anything I can do to help, buddy. Paul Doling has had an issue and gone off track. Oh, looks like he was cutting to the inside on Mike, trying to make the pass, and just has to crank it down to avoid hitting him. Adam Barker at the front has now opened up a 2 3/4 second lead over Harry Volsmeer in second. Max Gunther back in third. Mike Doling now up into fourth. Nick Sorensen has been following since the start of this race in the BMW. Bit of a surprise to see Sorensen slipping. He comes into this week third in points. Average finish has been pretty close to second place. Yannick Gunther has gone off track again, back behind. Oh, yeah, gets too much of the rumble strip through that chicane too fast, will send the car around. This is going to get a bit long. Nicole Kriesel is on pit road early. Looks like she had an incident. Let's see what happened. Heading down toward that same chicane and just didn't get the inside clipped enough. Tried to correct and the car broke loose. She went hard into that outside wall. Hopefully she's okay. Should see her back out in a few moments. She does not know how to give up. Adam's still in the lead now, extending that lead 3.7 seconds over Harry. Max Gunther, however, is closing in on Harry. He's about 1.5 seconds back, but has now cleared a lot of traffic. And the Porsche definitely the Porsche and the Ferrari both seem to have a bit of an advantage here. That handling, that better handling through the tighter sections definitely pays off, but they have to be careful. The Porsche not known for doing great with the power on a slick track. So the Porsche drivers this morning having to be extra careful. Coming into this race, we had 4 Ferraris in the field, 1 Audi, 3 BMWs, 2 Porsches, and a single Lambo driven by Adam Barker. However, as mentioned, Ronnie Wimberly and Jose Puig did not take to the grid. Max Gunther, however, just set the fastest lap of the race so far, 138.02, and has caught up to Harry. That gap was 1.5 seconds about a lap ago. Max is on it. The defending champ has only made 2 weeks of the season so far, looking to make up for lost time here this morning. Max started the season with a win in the first race at Monza. A second place finish in the second race at Daytona, and a couple of third and fourth place finishes have kept him up in the top 5. Oh, Harry is pushing hard. Almost got the sand there. Nicole Kriesel is back out on track and rolling. That young lady's ability to never give up and stay in the fight has kept her in 7th place in points so far this season. She has been steadily climbing up the point standings. Looks like a little bit of a problem. It looks like Yannick Gunther has had another incident. Oh, looks like he just completely missed his braking point. Paul Doling is on pit road now. Let's see if, I think he might have just stopped coming to pit road. I've not seen him have any incidents this morning. Oh, looks like he might have missed his braking into the chicane. I do know Paul has been having connection issues all morning. As these two continue to battle for second place, Adam Barker is continuing to extend the lead. It is now 4 1/4 seconds over Harry. Max definitely sending it hard, trying to find a way past Harry here. Harry doing a great job keeping him behind him. Nick Sorensen now in fourth in a tight battle with Mike Doling. Both drivers in the BMW and the Audi of McCready right behind them. McCready was the fastest in practice, was one of the top 3 in qualifying, but has gone backwards since the drop of the green flag this morning. Yannick Gunther, after his problems, is back in 7th place. Paul Doling now back out on track in 8th as Nicole moves over to let the leaders by. Looks like Max almost took second place a few moments ago. Let's take a look and see how close that got. Harry just overcooks it, probably got a slow down there, but gets back up to speed and just uses the power. I don't think Max was fighting it that hard. Sorensen starting to pull away just a little bit from Doling, but McCready is closing in on Mike. The Audi driver definitely found. Wow! McCready looking for any way past here. He wants to make up some of the ground he lost at the drop of the green. McCready now looks down to the inside, trying to outbrake into the chicane. Can he? No, he cannot get it done. Adam Barker continuing to have a lovely Sunday drive here. A 6 1/4 second lead now over Harry. Harry has actually opened up a bit of a gap now over Max, 1.1 seconds. Sorensen securely in fourth for the moment. He has set a 3.7 second lead gap over Mike Doling. Mike having to fight off a hard charging Audi driven by McCready. McCready keeps looking to the inside, just cannot get the momentum there to get the nose in. While they're battling, Yannick way behind now after issues. Paul Doling back in 8th place and Nicole Kriesel in the 9th. Just over 7 minutes left to go in race 1. Race 2, the endurance race. They will have to worry about fuel strategy here. With the hot track, we always have to talk about the tire wear. We'll have to ask the drivers between the races, hey, what's your tire wear look like? Because this is definitely going to be an issue on such a hot track. However, we have yet to see a tire stop this season, and only saw about one last season. Worth mentioning that Simon Zierk not here this morning after winning the second race at Rudskogen. And Simon did the same trick that we saw Max Gunther do last season, in that he made that entire second race without a fuel stop. That track just lends itself with those downhills and several places where you can clutch and save fuel to be able to stretch it out. However, that is the only track that anybody has ever managed to pull off doing the second race without a fuel stop. I have to wonder if going into next season, if the strategy will change a little bit, if the race setup will be changed just enough at that track to force that pit stop, or if they're going to continue to allow that to happen, and if so, how many drivers are going to find a way to stretch that fuel mileage. Make sure you tune in next week. We will be at Interlagos for the doubleheader next week, and that is one of my favorite road courses, and we have seen some insane moves at that track. Last season, Matt Bear managed to just fly by the entire field going into turn one, hold the car at full speed just about, down through that first couple of turns, downhill chicane, and managed to dominate both races. Max has five there, side by side, the battle for second is on. Max had been lurking, just couldn't get the run he needed. Looks like he might have it here. But no, Harry manages to hold on to second. Max looking back to the inside, trying to find any opportunity here. Just under 4 minutes left to go in race one. He knows he's got the speed, he just needs to get that car set up. And would you look at this, Ronnie Wimberly is on his way out on track. Harry and Max side by side. Max shoots it into the corner. Did he go too wide? Will he have a slowdown? Harry managing to pull back into second place. While they're battling, Sorensen has started really closing that gap down. He is now 2.5 seconds back. If they continue to do this side-by-side battling, he may close in. This might end up being a 3-car battle for second place. Sorensen now just over 2 seconds behind, watching to see if Max sets up. Meanwhile, McCready has gotten banked by Mike Dolling, now back into 5th. Mike holding on to 6th, Yannick Gunther back in 7th, Paul Dolling in 8th. As they run right now, looks like Team Gunther is the winning team this morning. However, still one more race to go. This ought to be fun. Harry doing his best to defend that position. Max all over the back bumper. Max has been consistently faster. But has not been able to find a way around Harry and make it stick. And out of that final chicane, Sorensen has caught him. Sorensen may be able to lurk back here for a lap and see if they make a mistake as Harry and Max battle it out. Meanwhile, Adam Barker loving this. He now has a 12-second lead. Here we go again. Max looks to the inside, can't get there. Max still lurking. Sorensen not pushing the issue at the moment. Adam Barker's lead continue to grow as these three battle it out. Sorensen is right there, but has managed to stay back just a hair. He's gotten right to the bumper as here we go again. Max looks to the inside. Harry outbreaks him, but Harry goes wide this time. Into the chicane. Max finally takes second place. Harry Volsmir now back to third. Nick Sorensen still lurking in fourth. What a pass by Max. I don't think Harry is quite done with this situation yet. Adam Barker continues to lead, continuing to just walk away from the field. Now a 13-second lead. Sorensen is now in third. Harry has slipped to fourth. Let's see how that pass was made. Look, it looked like Harry had some problems getting back on throttle after the turn. Harry seems to have been struggling. He has fallen back into sixth place. McCready now to fourth, fifth, but here comes Adam Barker through the final chicane. And Adam Barker is going to win race number one. Looks like Max Gunther is going to come home in second, and Nick Sorensen will finish third. Harry Volsmir on the last lap went from second all the way back into seventh place. I do not know what happened there. It looked like he just pretty much stopped. Adam Barker going to wreck the car. All right, let's get our interviews in real quick before race number two. Starting with our third place finisher, Nick Sorensen. Hey, Nick, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
Hey, good, man. A great race for you this morning, coming home with a podium finish.
Yeah, thanks. Had to put myself behind the 8-ball there at the beginning and kept it slow and steady and worked my way back up to the front.
It did seem like the BMWs do not have the same speed that some of these other cars do, but just the consistency alone seems to be enough to get it done here.
Yeah, this is really a driver's track. I don't think any one car is going to have a significant advantage. But if you can keep it smooth through these sweeping turns and be good on your brakes, then you can make up some time.
Well, you definitely got it done. Going into race number two, how are you feeling about your chances here?
Yeah, I think it's still pretty good. Keeping it smooth is going to be the key, and consistent lap times. Longer race here. See how the tires go. A lot of these sweeping corners, tough on the tires, so we'll see, and hopefully we're there at the end.
What was your tire wear like after that one?
I'm not sure. We can maybe check. About 20%. 20% off, 15-20%.
Not as bad as I thought, given the heat. Well, great run, man.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Sorensen comes home in third, and Max Gunther comes home in second. Hey, Max, it's Doug. You got me?
Hi, Doug.
Hey, buddy. A great run, a great battle you had up there, and you managed to pull off the second place finish.
Yeah, it was a great battle. I was really unfortunate that I backed into Harry's bumper a bit. Yeah, but it's a really tough course for overtaking.
That is definitely shown in this race. You guys did a great job of being side by side through a lot of sections. It was Gutsy, to say the least.
Yeah, it was a great battle. I loved it.
How was your tire wear, and how do you feel about race 2?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't even look it up yet. But I think it was quite nice. I mean, I still have 96% left, so.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. You definitely have a long run advantage in race 2.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Great to see you back, and good luck in race 2.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, and now our winner. Adam, it's yet another win this morning.
Yeah, man, we had a good start for that one.
You definitely did, and once the cars behind started battling, you just kind of checked out.
Yeah, I saw they were fighting a little bit harder than maybe they should have been, so I took my opportunity and just ran away. I was trying not to spin the tires too much, make sure I had some in for the end of the race, but they were too far back at that point. I think they were battling a bit too hard, maybe hurting their tires, so I was perfectly happy just running around at that pace for another 20 minutes.
How was your tire wear there? We've heard some majorly different wear for a couple of drivers, so how bad was yours?
Mine felt pretty good, but I didn't feel like I was pushing the car at all. After the first few laps, I took it nice and easy just to get them warmed up, and then I had enough of a lead, and I was maintaining the lead to about 4 seconds to Harry, so I was just being nice, gentle through the corners, making sure I didn't do anything silly, trying to hit my apexes. Tires felt good at the end. I could have carried on with those ones.
Very cool. I have to ask, man, you swept the races at Silverstone, and it just seems like these tracks that are flatter, that have a variety of turns, and especially the sweeping fast turns, seem to be where you just come out on top and are almost untouchable.
I've really been struggling with it actually this week. I couldn't get a hang of the track. Just trying to get a bit of muscle memory for the last few days of like where I need to brake and throttle application and everything. It seems a bit awkward in some places, so I just seem to be a bit lucky here. It seems to be all going together today.
Well, good luck, and hopefully this will be sweep number 2. Great win, and good luck, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Adam Barker won race number 1. He also swept at Silverstone, as we mentioned. So, could be interesting. There are some similarities in the tracks as far as sweeping corners, followed by tight sections. So, interesting to see that. And Adam has always been one of the stronger drivers on the flatter tracks that don't have a whole lot of hills and elevation changes. So, could see another dominant race, but he will have to come from 7th place as the top 7 invert going into race 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race number 2. Adam Barker and Harry Volsmeer will have the front row. Wait a minute. Yeah, it did not look like the top 7 inverted here. So Adam and Harry have the front row, followed by Yannick and Mike Doling on the 2nd row. McCready and Sorensen have the 3rd row. Max Gunther, Paul Doling on the 4th row. Nicole Kriesel and Ronnie Wimberly rounding out the top 10. Jose Puig starts back in 11th if he takes the grid. Ronnie is out on track, and as always, I encourage you guys to go to Twitch and look up quad racing. Ronnie is an amazing gentleman. He is a quadriplegic that races with a quad stick in his mouth. And if you ever get the chance to watch him at the Nürburgring, that is probably one of the most impressive sights you'll ever see. And he'll win. Ronnie is just dominant at the Nürburgring. Okay, looks like Adam Barker is dropping back into 7th. Looks like they may be trying to manually do the invert. Adam, hopefully you do, buddy. It'd be great to see you out there on track. Okay, it does look like Adam chose to drop back. And a few of the drivers trying to sort out to make sure they are back in the right order. Now Adam pulling back to the front of the field here. Adam, I'm not a morning person either. It does look like they're going to go ahead and start with the way they're gridded, definitely giving Adam Barker a bit of an advantage here. Definitely an interesting track layout. Does make for some exciting racing with some long stretches, sweeping turns, and a couple of tight chicanes. And a good point, reminding the drivers to check their brake bias. Keep the car from snapping loose under braking, as we saw, especially on cold tires. Although with the track temperature this morning, I don't think the tires will be cold long. Let's see if there's been any change. It's now up to 105 degrees. The track temperature, so those tires are going to get warmed up really quick. But that first lap, imagine at least the first few turns, they're going to have pretty cold tires. Jose Puig did not take to the grid, so 10 cars starting race 2. Pace car dropping onto pit road as they come through the final chicane. Adam pulling over, he's going to let him get going. Green flag is in the air. Harry taking a big advantage. He shoots to the lead. Yannick now in second. Mike Dolling in third. McCready in fourth. Sorensen in fifth. Adam dropping all the way back to 8th place. Now has to fight his way back up. But you got to get, we have pointed it out countless times, the sportsmanship in this group is unparalleled. Harry coming to a stop up at the front. Oh, I see what they're doing. Looks like the field is regridding themselves, and they will restart the race this time. Or they were restarting the race out of that corner, but they regridded themselves to make sure everybody had the same opportunity. Again, amazing sportsmanship from this group. Ronnie Wimberly on the move. Ronnie already up 2 spots into 8th place. And a battle going on between Mike Dolling and McCready. McCready comes out on top. Definitely an interesting start to this race for sure. As they come around to complete the first lap with Harry Voltsmeer in the lead, but McCready setting the fastest lap. Lap time's liable to be slower due to the higher track temperature. And as we saw Adam Barker dropping to the tail end, will be interesting to see. Ronnie Wimberly goes off track. Will be interesting to see if Adam can make up the ground here. Remember, throughout that first race, though, Max Gunther appeared to have been the fastest driver on track. Can he get to the lead? Yannick Gunther, meanwhile, in second, trying to run down Harry Voltsmeer in the lead. The Porsche definitely, it looks like it has a bit of an advantage here, but as we heard during interviews, it is a driver's track. There's not a dominant car really here, as McMullet has had an incident. McCready was starting to make his way for, just a little too much of the rumble strips. Manages to get it wound up without hitting the wall, but loses a ton of track position. Now Mike Dolling has had an incident. Looked like Mike and Nick got together. It looked like there might have been some net code at play there. Take a look from overhead. Yeah, there was a couple of feet between them. I think they probably would have got together regardless. And now Paul Dolling has had an incident and actually towed to pit road. Looks like he was blinking. We did not get to see the full incident on that one. Harry still out front. Just set the fastest lap so far in the race. Yannick currently in second, 2.5 seconds back. Max in third. Team Gunther running second and third right now. Sorensen back and forth. Adam Barker, after dropping to the tail end, has gathered it up and come back to fifth. Mike Dolling currently sitting in sixth. McCready in seventh. Ronnie Wimberly, after the early off-track, sitting in eighth. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel currently running in ninth. Paul Dolling in 10th on pit road, and Jose Puig is not in the race. Harry out front with a 2.3 second lead, but you know, once Team Gunther gets together, Max and Yannick will work together to draft their way closer and closer on some of these long straightaways. Sorensen just set the fastest lap of the race with Adam Barker right on his tail. McCready, after the earlier incident, back in seventh, trying to pick back up on Mike Dolling in sixth. Ronnie Wimberly starting to gain a little bit of ground back after losing a bunch on that first lap. He was over 3 seconds behind, now gaining about a quarter of a second. Sorensen and Barker sitting in 4th and 5th, trying to close in on the leaders. Meanwhile, Harry's lead starting to shrink as Yannick and Max close the gap. Now just at 2 seconds. Sorensen and Barker definitely charging forward. Lap time starting to come down throughout the field, but again, with the track temperature up quite a bit for the second race, tire wear is going to be an issue, and track lap times are going to be a lot slower than the last race. Be interesting to see later in the race as the tires really start to get worn, how many drivers we see start sliding around quite a bit. Did see a bit of sliding at Silverstone despite not having these higher track temperatures, so you know these track temperatures are definitely going to make a difference. Harry's lead holding about 2.1 seconds. Yannick and Max currently nose to tail. Sorensen and Barker continuing to try and close in as well. That gap back to 3rd, about 3.3 seconds at the moment. Mike Dolling sitting back in 6th, trying to reel in Adam Barker, but not gaining any ground at the moment. He is, however, pulling away from 7th place McCready. 8th place Ronnie Wimberly seems to be struggling here a little bit this morning. Has lost a lot more ground here recently. Nicole just getting faster and faster every lap. Yannick and Max still sitting right out about 2 seconds back. However, Sorensen and Barker are gaining on that group. That gap now down to about 2.5 seconds. Oh, looks like Max is going to make the move on his teammate. Max Gunther now to 2nd. Yannick obviously, no! Max a little bit wide out of the final turn. Max about 2 seconds back from the leader. Will he be able to reel him in now? Sorensen and Barker now 1.7 seconds back from Max and Yannick as they continue to reel him in. 10 minutes down. A lot of drivers still battling it out. Still some very close racing. Pit strategy this morning will come into play in a big way. Notice some drivers in the warm-up between race 1 and race 2 were taking the time to practice pit road entry. A lot of them did not practice it coming into the race. It'd be very easy to get a speeding penalty at this track, so they'll have to watch that very carefully as Ronnie Wimberly has had an incident. Ronnie just gets a little too wide and gets into the sand. Bit of a lick to the inside wall, but manages to get the car rolling. Harry's lead starting to shrink as Max Gunther reels him in. Now 1.5 seconds back behind. Meanwhile, Yannick has come within the grasp of Nick Sorensen and Adam Barker. Yannick currently sitting in third, Sorensen fourth, Barker in fifth. Will this give Mike Dolling, who's about 5 seconds back, or 4 seconds back rather, from this battle, an opportunity? Ronnie Wimberly is on pit road for repairs. This could give him the opportunity. He could potentially get enough fuel from here to go the distance. Sorensen and Barker now looking for third from Yannick Gunther. Meanwhile, Max is running Harry down really quickly. That gap now under a second. The drivers did say no car here seems to have a clear advantage, but that Porsche has been awfully fast this morning. Yannick Gunther has had a problem back behind, and it looks like Sorensen and Barker were able to get by. Oh, Yannick goes a little bit wide out of that first section. Yannick now back into fifth. That puts Sorensen up to third, Barker in fourth. Sorensen and Barker about 3.6 seconds back from Max Gunther. But now that Max is right on Harry's bumper as they start the battle, that will give Nick and Adam an opportunity to catch up. Max still staying within striking distance. Nick and Adam starting to cut into that, now down to 3.25 seconds behind. Yannick Gunther back in fifth, 2.5 seconds back. Now has Mike Dolling closing in very, very quickly. Ronnie Wimberly has had another issue and towed to pit road. Gets loose through the same corner, hard into the inside wall that time. Harry Volsmeer now trying to defend as Max Gunther all over his back bumper. Max shoots to the inside. Can't get the nose in though, as it looks like Barker and Sorensen are starting to battle. Barker easily getting by Nick, not pushing the issue at the moment. But they did lose a lot of ground now, 4 1/4 seconds back from the lead battle. Yannick Gunther back in 5th place, now starting to close in on Nick Sorensen. And of course, Mike Dolling right there with Yannick. Back to the battle for the lead. Max looking at the back bumper of the Ferrari, trying to find a way by. Looks like Max has had the advantage off the turns, off the tighter turns anyway. But Adam Barker, who after passing Nick Sorensen was 4.5 seconds back, has already gained over a second, now 3.3 seconds back from the lead battle. Sorensen now losing touch with Adam Barker and has Yannick closing in. Yannick still Mike Dolling right there, although Mike has lost a little bit of ground on Yannick. McCready, after the early problems, now back in 7th place, 9 1/4 seconds back. About halfway through the race, everybody well within their pit window now. They can pit anytime. Historically speaking, most of the drivers will pit with about 10 minutes left to go. Max Gunther has lost a little bit of time here to Harry. Meanwhile, Adam Barker now 2.7 seconds back. Could this be the tire wear starting to come into play? Or is this Max slowing down for a lap to try and cool the tire temps? Sorensen in 4th place, now 1.5 seconds behind Adam. Adam now just 2.5 seconds back from Max. But Max is starting to reel the leader back in. Looks like Max took a lap to cool down the tires just a little bit. Adam Barker, though, just set the fastest lap we've seen in this race so far as he tries to reel the leaders in. Yannick still holding on to 5th. Dolling has closed back up on him. McCready in 7th. Nicole Kriesel now up into 8th place. Harry doing everything he can to defend that lead for the moment. Max definitely sending it as hard as he can here. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Adam. Have a great day, man. And here we go. Max Gunther, the first to come to pit road. He gives up second place. Harry Volsmeer now has a 2.3 second lead as Adam Barker has moved up into second. Sorensen now in third, Yannick Gunther into fourth, Dolling in fifth. Max Gunther comes off of pit road back in seventh place. Max has definitely had a lot of success with pit strategy the last season and so far this season. Can he do it again here this morning? Mike Dolling has gotten past Yannick Gunther. Mike has moved up into fourth now. Harry's still in the lead, but Adam is closing in. Sorensen still right there with Adam as they close in on the leader. Sorensen setting the fastest lap that time by. The first driver to get under 138, Nick Sorensen, 137.9. Impressive this late in the run. Tire wear becoming an issue and the track temperature coming into play. Nicole moving over, letting the leaders get by. Harry's lead continuing to shrink. Adam has almost caught him. 1.25 seconds back. Max Gunther, after completing the first pit stop of the day, currently about 4 seconds back from McCready in sixth. Max currently one of the fastest on track. Harry gives up the lead. He is on pit road. Adam Barker stays out and takes the lead. Sorensen stays out for second. Mike Dolling stays out. Looks like Yannick Gunther is also staying out. McCready's coming in. Max Gunther, having completed his stop earlier, now will start picking up some ground. Max quickly moving up into fifth and gaining ground on Yannick is off track. What happened to Yannick coming into that first turn? Oh, he gets on the brakes hard and spins to the inside. Max Gunther now up into fourth. I disagree with that statement, Nicole, but Adam Barker, Nick Sorensen continue to stay out. Max Gunther now up into fourth. Doling is on pit road. Max likely to catch up and take third this time by. Yannick Gunther is giving up fifth. He's on pit road. Max Gunther has now pulled up into third, 23 seconds out of the lead and gaining. Did Max just nail the pit strategy perfectly? He's 23 seconds behind the leader. The average time on pit road has been 34 seconds. However, the longer Adam and Nick stay out, the less fuel they will have to take. Adam Barker keeps going. Sorensen is on pit road. Will Gunther pick up second place here? Nick just hit his pit stall. Gunther coming through the final chicane back onto the front straightaway. Nick is rolling off pit road, but Gunther has gotten by. Max Gunther now into second place. Sorensen comes out in third. Doling now in fourth. The leader, Adam Barker, the only driver left to complete his pit stop. And he is going to need this to be a quick stop. Nick Sorensen's time on pit road, 33.23 seconds. To give you an idea, but Max Gunther only 22.7 seconds behind the leader. As we mentioned, Max has had the best pit strategies all last season, and at the start of this season, his strategy's always paying off. Adam Barker has given up the lead. He is on pit road. Max Gunther coming down the long stretch. Will he be able to get there? Max coming into the final chicane. Adam is in his pit stall. Max down the front straightaway. Adam Barker is rolling. And Max comes by. He took the lead. Max Gunther has assumed the lead with 9 minutes left to go. Max's lead now 1.9 seconds. Adam Barker in second. Sorensen back in third. Doling in fourth. McCready now up into fifth. Yannick Gunther in sixth. Harry in seventh. Nicole in eighth. Ronnie Wimberly in ninth. And Paul Doling out of the race in 10th. Yannick Gunther in sixth place has had an incident. Oh, gets a little too much of the rumble strips coming out of the final turn. Fortunately able to quickly 360 and get that car rolling again. Max Gunther has a 2-second lead, but he's off in the dirt. Gunther gets rolling again. Will he have enough of a slowdown that Adam will catch him? Adam has caught up. Sorensen sitting in third, Dolling in fourth, McCready in fifth. Mike Dolling having a very consistent morning so far. Currently sitting in fourth place. Nick Sorensen 17 seconds ahead. McCready about 4 seconds behind. A bit surprised by McCready this morning. He was the fastest in practice, one of the fastest in qualifying, but just has not had the races go his way. Max Gunther continuing to lead Adam Barker right there with him. Both drivers definitely pushing their cars to the limit. We saw a little slide out of Adam Barker mid-turn. Just under 6.5 minutes left to go. Sorensen back in third, about 3.5 seconds behind the lead battle. Will he have the time and the speed to catch the leaders, especially once they start going side by side? Adam all over the back bumper of Max Gunther. Worth noting, Adam Barker has multiple championships in the league. Max Gunther currently the defending champ. Oh, look at this. Adam gets the nose in as Max loses the back end. Adam Barker, whoa, they get really close, they touch! Adam's around! Holy cow, what a battle! Let's take a look at this one from overhead. That was some close side-by-side racing. Adam managed to outbrake into the turn. Max put... There was either a bunch of net code there or Adam lost the back end one. Sorensen has gotten by Barker up into second. Now Barker back into third. Meanwhile, Max a big gap. Nick Sorensen now moving up into second place. Adam Barker now back in third, 6 seconds behind Nick and 9 seconds behind our leader. What a close battle that was between those two. Mike Dolling now back in fourth, trying to close the gap. McCready in fifth, now 2.5 seconds back from Dolling, continuing to chip away at that gap. Yannick currently holding on to sixth, Harry back in seventh. Harry also gaining on Yannick, but 9 seconds back. With 3 minutes left to go in race 2, it's going to take a mistake for somebody to lose a position here. However, that time by, Sorensen in second, over half a second faster than the leader. Sorensen now closing down to 1.7 seconds. Max seems to be driving a little bit more conservatively at the moment. May have overcooked his tires and be cooling them down like we've seen him do so many times. Max cranking it back up, is pulled ahead about two. Now is a 2-second gap again. Adam Barker back in third now, trying to close that gap, but 6.5 seconds back. After winning race 1, he'll still pull off a podium here this morning. White flag is in the air for Max Gunther. Nick Sorensen still holds on to second, Adam Barker in third. Mike Dolling in fourth, now has McCready right to his bumper. Can the lone Audi get past the BMW here? Max Gunther maintaining a 2-second lead over Sorensen. McCready has run down Dolling from a big gap. Does he have the time to get around here? Max Gunther, one more straightaway, one right-hand turn and the chicane away from a win. It'll be his second win of the season. Sorensen has no answer to the Porsche. Through the final chicane, Max Gunther pulls off the win. Sorensen comes home in second, and Adam will come home in third. And let's talk to our top three. Hey Adam, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, how we doing?
Hey, good man. First off, the start of this one was definitely a bit odd.
Yeah, we for some reason had 2nd to 8th do the reverse, so it kept me in my first position, so we had to do a bit of swapping around.
Well, it definitely worked, and you had quite a comeback through the field right up until that battle with Max.
Yeah, we were having a good battle there. I think we just got a little bit of netcode, so.
Yeah, you definitely. You got a couple feet of netcode in that battle, buddy.
Yeah, I was unfortunate. We probably shouldn't have been there together anyway. It was not really somewhere we can go too wide, but.
Well, you guys definitely made it look good. Another great finish. Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, and Nick Sorensen comes home in second. Nick, another great run. 2 podium finishes this morning.
Hey, thanks, Doug. Yep, took a lot to get a podium on that one, but had to have a little bit of help.
It did get a little dicey there. You guys had some great battles, but I don't know how much help you needed. You had some of the fastest laps out on track and were gaining ground throughout the race.
Yeah, I know I was going pretty quick. It's unfortunate that Adam and Max got into it because I don't think I would have caught them. They were both pretty quick. And then one little mistake there with the slowdown penalty, and then that let Adam get around me. No, I don't think I would have caught him.
Well, interesting note, you are the only driver, or you had the fastest lap of the race, and you're the only driver to get under a 138.
Well, all right, I'll take that. Wish I could have kept that going the whole race then, and maybe would have got a first place.
Well, maybe so, but man, a great finish regardless. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Doug.
And Max Gunther back in victory lane. Max, congratulations, your 2nd win of the season.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
Looked like you were having a lot of fun out there. Definitely had to fight your way up.
Yeah, it was a hard fight, but it was nice. I mean, it was a good fight.
I have to say, there was some great racing out there. Obviously, you had to do a lot of passing this morning and a few close calls.
Yeah, to call them close calls is a little bit exaggerated. I think they were so close, especially with Adam on the end. It was a lot of netcode, I think.
Oh, there was.
Which played into that. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But other than that, it was really great racing.
We actually looked at it from the chopper, and there was a mile of netcode, it seemed, there. You guys were having quite a good battle side by side, though.
Yeah, unfortunate, but sometimes netcode gives, sometimes netcode takes.
This is so true. Well, congratulations on your 2nd win of the season. You'll move up a little bit in the points and continue to defend that championship.
Thank you, Doug.
Max Gunther comes home with his 2nd win of the season. Don't forget to tune in for the BRR Cup Series tonight. You're not going to want to miss that one for sure. It is a throwback race. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you tonight. Have a great day.